Hello everyone, I'm busy setting up the stream and Andrew hasn't even shared the quiz link in the chat on the YouTube. So
I'm
Andrew, what have
literally
you
doing
been
that.
doing?
I'm just typing it.
It's good to hear. Happy 2021 everyone. I hope you're having a great start to the year because it can't be worse than last year, right? Last year was terrible. But we do have some exciting questions for you. I haven't looked at Andrew's. I've looked at mine, obviously. Mine are not so exciting. And you know, Andrew, he always has some interesting ones. So I try to think like Andrew when I created my questions. So Andrew, what are your questions looking like?
Questions? Should I need to add those now?
For
No, yeah,
once, you were organized. You actually weren't adding them during the live stream.
we're all done. Yeah, no, it's for the first time.
And we're going to stick, Andrew and me have a new 2021 New Year's resolution. We're going to stick to our allocated time. So we'll be finished in 57 minutes. Is that correct, Andrew?
I've heard apparently I'm really loud, Eddie, so I don't know if you can turn me down a little bit.
You're really loud. You're always really loud. I can turn you down if you want. Okay, let's do that. Or am I just really quiet? No? I can turn you
I'm
down.
probably really loud, so I'm going to talk softly.
No, I've turned you down now. I've brought you down quite a bit. So hopefully it's not too quiet now.
Okay, we'll see what everyone says. If I'm still really loud compared to Eddie, that's fine because you don't need to hear what Eddie says.
Yeah, I talk rubbish most of the time anyway. Let's get started, right?
Is
Is that better? Is that
well,
good?
before we get started, I need to ask you something. So,
Uh-oh.
last time we had one of these quizzes, I think it was about September time, and you were all about EddieBot, and you were building up this thing, EddieBot. It was all going well. I don't want to hear too much about EddieBot right now because I've just seen, I think today, some tweet about Eddie Hub. What the hell's Eddie Hub? I need to know what this is because you're just like playing with things like you say. You've got EddieBot, Eddie Hub. What's next?
Okay, let me. Eddie Hub, in my defense, is an idea from the community. It wasn't me. MLH, so Major League Hacking, are running a hackathon next week for a week, and you create these like guilds, like houses in Harry Potter. And as you get points in the hackathon, like the daily hacks or the workshops that you attend, you get points, and your guild gets the points as well. So my community wanted me to create the Eddie Hub guild, and that's what Eddie Hub is. So that's what you've been seeing on Twitter with the hashtag. I did a video on it today. I posted it on my YouTube channel, and they've been creating like images and sharing it on socials and so forth. Because the more people, more points, more swag is the way they see it. So yeah, I don't know how many we've got. We must have like 40 or 50 people in the guild.
This is a hackathon. So it says a hackathon, and you haven't invited me.
I'm not attending the hackathon, so I haven't got time to attend it. I'm just supporting the community. So you're welcome to attend and join. They've got challenges each day for people who are new to tech, and they have people who are advanced as well. So you'll find something for you if you want to join. But I know you're quite busy as well.
Me busy? Never.
So hopefully that answers what Eddie Hub is. I'm thinking of renaming my community from Eddie Jowd Community to Eddie Hub. So that might be a rename, but haven't got round to that yet. So we will see.
Sounds far too generic.
And before I forget, I see some more people joining on YouTube. Let everyone who's joining, there is a link in the chat to what you see behind us on the screen, which is the gaming platform, so you can take part in the quiz. It's multiple choice, and it is just for fun. Don't worry if you make lots of mistakes, because I will be making lots of mistakes. And one of my concerns is, on the last round, which is what I've done, I can't remember the answers. So I'll probably be making lots of mistakes, and you'll all have to fix it.
That's the danger that I added questions early. I can't remember what the questions are, let alone the answers. But I was going to say, the only thing to bear in mind is that we did last do this quiz, I think about September time. I don't think people have been particularly using the platform because Eddie did find out earlier that the Facebook login was not working. So we had to accept updated terms and conditions on Facebook so that logins were working. Please let us know if there are issues logging in as well, because there are other options. I think I've tested Gmail, Facebook, they're okay, but I think the other ones I haven't checked. So if you're having issues, let us know. We'll fix those later.
Yep, and the project is open source, so you can go check out the code if you want to have a look and make any features, or you want to fix any bugs or log any bugs as issues. You still get green squares for raising issues as well.
Cool. We'll send a link to the project later, baby. Good time.
While you do ask me any more questions, but hopefully Eddie Hub sounds interesting. I will do that
Well,
now in the link.
from the very brief seeing this thing called Eddie Hub, I was certainly intrigued. Now you've told me more about it, that you're not actually involved. It's more kind of it's just Eddie's branding now. This is what you've become, is it? A sort of branding.
That's my work done for the month now. I can retire.
As long as you get some kind of kickback from it all, that's fine.
I get the seeing the community get really excited is more than enough for me. So that's fine. And it definitely, I haven't edited a video in ages because I get my video editor to do them. But as I recorded this late last night and I wanted to get it out today, I edited it myself. And I'm a bit rusty, so it was actually quite good to do that. So yeah, that was good fun. I've just shared the GitHub link to the platform if people want to check it out. It is using Angular and Firebase.
And it's what you can see in the background behind us on YouTube as well, just if you know what the hell you're trying to say. Yes. We're not expecting too many people. We haven't particularly advertised. It was very last minute. It was pretty much Tom, who is with us, I think, who said, what's going on? We're back in lockdown. When's the quiz going to be on? So
it's Tom's fault.
We've already talked about people. Sorry, my wife's now sending me a message saying, "Hey, Baldy." We're both going pretty bald in this lockdown. I'm probably slightly worse, but
I need to cut my hair a bit.
Anyway, right? Should we start the quiz?
Let's see how
things go. We've mainly have a few people on here, but we'll still have a bit of fun for an hour.
Okay, let's do it. Are you going to hit start or shall I? Shall I drive? Okay.
You go on.
Start. Anyone new who's joined, the link is in the chat to join the quiz. You can still join. We're just starting now, so you've still got time to join. I see the stats going up on YouTube. Okay.
It always takes 5 minutes for people to join. So
yeah.
Cool, right. So we have 4 rounds today. We've tried to make it a little bit shorter. I think in the past we've done sort of 3, maybe 4 rounds with 10 questions in. We've dropped it right down to 5 questions in a round. So there's still some variance on what you might get, but just 5 questions in a round. So we're trying to get through things fairly quick. We'll see how it goes today. I think we're going to try and do one next Friday as well. Was it every Friday in lockdown? Is that the plan?
Well, we will see what people think. We'll see the feedback from everyone watching and see how bad our questions are. I have tried this time to be good and have question 1 and 2 fairly easy, question 3 medium, and question 4 and 5 hard. So I'm hoping people get like 50%, then I'm happy that it's good on average.
Mine will be fine so long as you're 60 or older. You should be okay with mine. After you can tell, I've got the history round. That's one of mine. So what we've got a general knowledge round by Eddie, a picture round by me, which is kind of what you'll see, things linked to the pictures there. They're mostly 80s kind of stuff. History stuff, so that's, thousands of years old, all that stuff. And then hopefully Eddie's got something more modern with the software round at the end.
Yeah, we'll see. There's a last minute, like 10 minutes before, so let's see what people think. I try to wing that. Let's start. I'm really excited to see. Let's have a go. Right. General knowledge, anything goes. This is my round. Okay. I told you we'd start off really easy. I'm going to go through these quite quickly. Where is the most popular place for open source code? The moon. GitHub, Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, and WhatsApp. What was it, Andrew?
It's all about Mars at the moment. Where's Mars?
Is it? Okay. Well, you can Mars or moon.
Elon's now the richest on the planet, right? So everything's moving to Mars. We've got no choice about that now.
Sounds good. As long as they've got access to GitHub, we'll all be fine.
Don't give the answers away.
Oh my god, I just realised that. Let's move on. Right, next question. Who owns React.js? Must get loads of people excited. They hear React, they think they're going to win the hackathon because they're using React and their project's going to be successful. So who owns React? Who owns? There should be an S in that, I think.
There's a high chance you might have logged in with it if you're using the platform. That doesn't give much away because we use most of that just logging.
That's true. And Bex, don't correct my English. Oh, no, sorry, you probably should correct my English. It's so bad, but don't laugh at my English, I should say.
As long as you're not cooking any food, you're okay.
Okay, cool. Right, that's an easy one. So we'll move to the next one. Who bought StreamYard recently?
Who's StreamYard?
Oh,
I've not heard of
what? StreamYard is like the cloud-based version of OBS and vMix.
Oh yes, no, I have heard of them briefly. Yeah, I wouldn't get involved in that. I don't do streaming. That's your domain. All right, who
Okay.
bought them? Though?
Yeah. We'll keep
Okay,
it
I'm gonna make a
quick on each
wild,
question though.
yeah, wild guess. I've gone.
Do it. Do it. Next one. What is the price of Bitcoin today? This is skyrocketed up.
I was going to say it's probably changed since you wrote this, so I haven't looked today. I know it was a couple of days ago, so I'm going to go with that.
That's why I've kind of put it in the tens of thousands because it has changed a little bit in the last hour, but it's still only changed by like 1,000, so it's like still in the right range.
Okay, probably still in there. You're probably feeling a little bit annoyed because I know the trends of Bitcoin we're not doing so well a couple of years. They jumped up to what was it, about 12,000 or something about 4 or 5 years ago,
Yeah, that's when
and
I
then they
sold
dropped.
most of mine.
But yeah, if it hadn't been for this pandemic, I can't imagine it would have done what it's recently been doing.
It's
It
like
has been
over.
skyrocketing.
It's
Pandemic.
$40,000 a coin now. I've just given
Those
the
that are
answer.
savvy.
Next one. Next question. What's wrong with me? Okay, that's a blooper reel right there. Okay, last question, the hardest one. In the 90s, and we'll look at the last round. We do have actual code that you will see. So I hope the markdown thing works with the code blocks. In the 90s, what year was the most popular for the new programming languages to be released? That doesn't make, my English is really bad. So in the 90s, which year was the most popular for programming languages to be released? There is a particular year that had a lot of languages released, and a lot of languages that we use today. Like we should all be aware. These aren't like weird.
Probably the year I went to university. I was trying all sorts of things out back then.
But yeah,
Well,
a lot of languages came out that year. A lot of ones that we have used, and people are still using now, and they're really popular. So yes. Okay, we ready to end the round? I want to see the scores. I want to see about at least 50%. I think it should work out. I put 6 options for each to make it a little bit harder than 4 they used to do previously, because then you get like 25% chance. So this is less. Let's have a look. Ready? Everyone ready? End the round. Let's do it. End.
If I've got more than 2, I'll be happy.
Andrew always wins. I'm sure he cheats. Looks in the database.
That's why you wait till the end, isn't it? Yeah, I've got 2. I think I made mistakes. I suddenly realised when you said Bitcoin's been going up, I thought, it was 32,000 last time I looked. So maybe it's made it to 40, but I should have changed it, especially when you said it at the very last second it jumped up. Because it was 32,000 at the start of the week, I think. So that's really jumped up.
Really, really jumped up. I've got half a coin left. I'm thinking of selling it soon, getting some new cameras.
They get new everything quick. It'll probably keep going up till Easter time, I guess, the way things are going.
Probably, yeah. Okay, so I came last. That's okay. Nice. Okay, next round. Andrew, you drive. It's yours.
Okay.
Hands off the steering wheel. Let's see.
All right. Picked around largely 80s TV show related stuff. So let's see what's in here. How many people are watch stuff in the 80s? So it's not so much, I'm not looking for what's the name of the TV show, obviously. You need to read the text on the image. In this one, it is, what is the name of the spherical robots that are in the TV show Terrorhawks, which is a TV show I think is probably the first TV show I vaguely remember watching. And I also remember I had this particular character. I had it as a football. My first football was this character. I don't know what happened to that football. I think it probably burst or got kicked over a fence or something. But I do remember that as one of my earlier memories from life.
I don't recognize the name Terrorhawks, but I didn't watch it, or maybe I did, but I don't remember it. So it's quite a hard one. I'm split between a couple.
I'll read the answers out, see if it helps. So you've got Spheros, the Zeroids, the Hawkheads, and the Moids.
I don't know if one of them that looks more obvious is kind of...
I'm trying to think what the abbreviation stands for. I remember. That's not good.
One of them stands out a little bit, but I don't know if that's you trying to trick us like you always do.
I never try to trick you. Easy. Deduct out which ones look bad. But I'm only going to give you a few more seconds for we to move on. We don't want to be too slow. We said
okay, let
20
me
to
pick.
30 targets. So
shall I hit next? I'll pick and I'll hit next.
Okay, you can hit next because you're on screen.
There you go.
Because you haven't opened another browser, I'm guessing.
No. It's too complicated.
All right, next one. what is the technique used to create TV cartoons, such as, in this example, a TV cartoon called Trapdoor? I don't know if you remember Trapdoor.
I
It's
do.
a bit like Morph and stuff. Again,
Your
really
morph,
old
yeah.
memory. I maybe remember it. But the options are brick film, time lapse, still motion, or stop motion. What
And
was
I want
used in making these kinds of cartoons?
this one I know. Only reason why I know is because this trend is coming back with people, as in to film it in a certain setting to make it have the same effect, which I think is a bit weird but interesting.
It is quite cool.
Did that beep come from you? That was so loud in my ear.
It's very loud. I need to turn off my notifications. Let me do that. There we
Okay,
go.
so I'm going to pick and then I'm going to hit to the next question because I know the answer, so I don't want anyone to steal my answers. So there we go.
Okay. What's the term A team stand for? So A team, whilst everyone's, I'm sure, watched the TV show, it does have something behind it. What do you know what it is?
But this might be a silly question. But how can like pick like D for example, like cannon fodder? How can the A team stand for cannon fodder? Because there's C and F.
Because they're on the front line. The first team out there, the cannon fodder.
So it's not like because there's only one that begins with A. So I wasn't sure. I'm so confused.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Is it a literal abbreviation or does it actually have a deeper meaning?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a big fan of the A team, but I just fan
Well,
of
the first team out there, what do they generally do?
research and development.
Well, you wish they did that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have a guess and I'll hit next.
Okay.
I was gonna pick one answer, but now you've made me change my mind. I hope I get it right. Let's go.
Right. Here we go. Do you remember this? Quantum Leap. I think I've probably watched it in the 90s, I'm sure. It's probably late 80s, early 90s, this one. Quantum Leap. So there's a certain little machine they used that helped them when they were traveling around and asking questions. And the chap in the pink there is called Al. So he's holding the device in his hand. Does anyone know what that device was called?
Remote control for the
Well,
TV.
answering questions.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm surprised there's not a search engine named after it.
I never watched the show.
Ah. So I was doing these pictures earlier, and my wife's like, "Oh, I used to fancy him." I'll let you decide which one. I mean, I assumed it's the guy in the salmon. He looks very dapper.
Okay, I'm gonna pick complete guess. You've only got 4 options. You've got 25% chance of getting it right. Okay, let's go.
Now, here's one that Eddie must know the answer for. You're a big fan of this.
I do enjoy Knight Rider, and I think I know this only because of the new series that I watched twice, which was terrible.
So do you know the name of the evil twin? Obviously, hopefully you've all seen the tech link here. I mean, these have had some sort of technology links to all the questions. But yeah, what's the name of the evil twin of Kit?
Yeah, I know. I think I
Yeah,
know.
only a couple of episodes. It wasn't a frequent thing. It might have been some of the more recent stuff as well.
Yeah, in
I'm
the
not
recent
watching.
stuff, I think season 2 ended with it. It was quite a big few episodes and a big deal. It was terrible. The new season was terrible. The car
When we
was
come
like
round
a
to the answer,
transformer.
when we come around to the answers, we'll see if you know what it means as well.
Okay, no, definitely don't know that. But I just felt the new series was kind of odd. How it was like Kit was like a transformer, and it was like go 4x4. It would go sport. It could fly, and I was like, oh, they've taken this way too far. Right, okay, shall I pick and then I'll end the round? Okay, let's do this. Although I'm having doubts now that I've picked. No, I'm pretty sure.
KIFT is certainly one of the options. It is certainly correct. It's a valid thing.
Yes.
Nice.
Bex did well. Is it Bex or is it the kids this time?
I think they're all watching it on TV in the other room. So there's at least a few viewers, even if it only counts as one.
Awesome. Andrew, you didn't do very
Well done.
well.
I'm surprised Tom didn't do better. He's normally really good at these.
Tom, yes. Joint effort with Google, right, Bex? But I'm glad I beat Tom. Though I always lose to Tom, so I'm happy that I won for once, even if it is just by one. Like was it Fast and Furious? It's every racer says it's. I can't remember the expression. Something about if you win by an inch or win by a mile, winning is winning. So yes, only by 1 point, but I'm happy.
Absolutely. Okay, next round.
I think it's
This is me.
yours. Oh, sorry. Are you? We both clicked it, I think.
I think we're okay. We're still on the first question. We're good.
Okay.
Okay, so round on history with a technology twist to them. So they're all about technological advances, I suppose, over history. So the first one is the wheel, probably the most famous technology to be invented. But when around about was that wheel first invented, or certainly attributed to being invented? They don't obviously know the exact dates of these things, but roughly, I think they've got a good idea. When do you think it was? Quite a while ago. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, while people are thinking,
mouse. I mean, if someone hadn't invented that mouse, the wheel, what would we have? We're like a square block for scrolling around web pages. I mean, can you imagine trying to scroll a web page with a square block? God, what a pain.
did Bex write these questions? Do look like Bex kind of questions?
No, she didn't.
Okay. Which means they're good. Because they're good. That's why I'm saying that. Okay, I'm going to have a guess and I'll hit next.
I got my brother to write them because he did history at university. He'd have done much better at these. So technology, I mean, it's a very broad statement, right? Technology, but when was it first invented? When was the first time we created, or humanity created, things that could be used to help us in our day-to-day lives, take away some of the laborious tasks we do? I mean, that's what technology is all down to, really, isn't it? It's trying to reduce laborious tasks by creating, inventing, building things. But when do people believe technology was first invented?
These are some really hard questions. We're on question 2, and it's like super hard.
Well, that's why I've made these really broad numbers. So hopefully you get a vague kind of, do I think it was a long, long time ago, not so long ago, or literally kind of when Christ was around? Was he the first piece of technology? Maybe he bought technology. He's an alien, right? I don't mean that, honestly, for all those Christians out there.
You're going to put upset loads of people. The stats have dropped loads now.
That's it. Everyone, no one's coming back here.
Okay, I'll have a guess, and then we'll go to the next one. I'm guessing 20,000 years.
Okay. Right, here you go. This one hopefully is a bit easier. So, things that were invented in the 1900s. Which one of these was not invented in the 1900s, though? There's only one answer. Which one do you think was not in the 1900s?
This always confuses me, and Bex is going to laugh again, being a teacher. When you say 1900s, do you mean 1801 to like 1899?
No, so I didn't say 19th century to avoid that confusion. So
Right,
19th century would be 1800 to 1899.
Okay, got you. Okay,
Whereas 1900, anything that has 19 something, so 19XX.
Got you.
So which one did not have a 19XX date when they were invented?
Not invented. Wow. So one of them is either really new or really old.
So I'll at least remove that difference for you. It is older than 1900s.
Well, yeah, none of them are going to be new in the last 20 years.
I'm pretty sure all of those things have been around more than 20 years, so it's older than 1900. Can you figure out which one might have been something they could...
I got it.
All right. Choose your answer and click next.
Let's do it. I'm pretty sure it's that.
Okay. Right. Technology has played a large part in both war and hunting over the years. It's been a big kind of danger point for a lot of things, I suppose you could say. But when's the first known evidence, in this case of archery, which is probably one of the first forms of true hunting? I mean, obviously spears and things like that existed. But what about archery, where it was a little bit more creative? How long ago do you think that was? And this is one of the ones I actually can't remember the answer off the top of my head, so it's going to be interesting when we come back to the answers. I'll have to double check. I think I know which one it was.
It's going to be a while ago.
Well, it obviously is when you look at the numbers. I mean, it's at least 10,000 years ago, right?
Trying to think of my answer for when technology was invented. Because this must be
that question, that one.
I think I put like 20,000 for that previous one.
Yeah.
So if I put 30,000 for this one, doesn't make sense.
Archer was one of the first things, perhaps. Isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. I'll guess and move on.
I might be just throwing you off. Right. So transportation, another thing that technology has had a big impact on, is being able to move around, see people, spread things like coronavirus efficiently. And
I think that's more planes. These boats is in the open.
Boats in particular. When around were boats first used as a method of transport or travel? It doesn't have to be big boats. I mean, I'll say what we're talking about later, but it could just be a raft, right?
So,
a way of moving around.
To help me with this, maybe I can ask you a question. When was Game of Thrones?
You realise that's fictional, right? That's not a real historic.
Oh, okay. There's no Iron Throne. Okay, right.
Not here. No, we don't live in Westeros at the moment.
Okay, I'll have a guess and then I'll hit end the round. Let me see. It's got to be a while ago. I got the last one right. That's the one I spent the least amount of effort on. Tom.
Oh, well done.
Wow.
Tom in there.
I beat Lee. I know he didn't click.
I think Lee joined 30 seconds ago, so
I know, but I'm still happy.
I tell you what, 5 questions goes around quite quick though. We're getting through them much quicker, so maybe we need a few more next time.
I think it's good to keep it short as well. I don't know, mix it up a lot. Let's have a look. Okay, so our last round is a coding round. So Lee, you are at the right perfect time. And let's see how Tom does on this one as well. This one gets harder as we go through. So Andrew, are you ready? I'm really looking to see what Andrew gets as well.
I think I scored more than I did on the first round.
So I'm going to give everyone a quick challenge for the whole round, and that is just please beat Andrew. That's all I want. If you get 3, that's fine, as long as Andrew gets 2. So yes, we don't want to see Andrew in the number 1 position. That's all.
It'll all depend what language you're doing.
This is the interesting part. Let's have a look. Okay. What language is this? Actually, it's a bit. I shouldn't have picked this one because it's actually a little bit tricky. It's a well-known one though. It's a well-known one that's a bit tricky.
Well, actually, you could probably do that in a couple of them.
You could actually, thinking about it, but there's one line that I removed at the top because I give everyone a clue. I removed what's it called? Not hashbang. Where's it hashbang? The thing at the
I don't want to say too much because it gives it away even further. I think there's potentially another one that I've just been too long since I've used it. I've got a feeling you can do it in the other one as well, but
okay,
you know better than me. What is your favourite language?
You definitely can't do it in 1, 2,
anyway,
3, 4. You could probably do it in 2 of them. So maybe. Okay, let's go to the next one. This one's a dead easy one. I should have started off with this one.
Oh, go on next. Come on, Eddie. What's the quick trick?
Come on, I'm going to give everyone else time. I want them to beat you.
I'm going to get 0 at the end. It's fine. It was the first language I did. This was when I was learning programming back in late 80s. I was like 8 years old or something, first time I did anything. And my dad was trying to help me figure it out. And yeah, it was the first time I experienced sort of a logic problem with building a loop.
Go to
statements, yeah. Confusing and weird, certainly in basic. Oh, next.
Andrew. Okay, I made some mistakes as well. We'll let you off. Okay, getting a bit harder now. Which one's this? I actually can't remember. Oh no, I do remember.
What language is this one? Ooh. Um,
This one's getting a bit trickier because there is
yeah,
also
this is,
it's a harder
hmm,
language, but also the answers. There are some close ones in the answers as well.
well, only because I think this is a language I try to avoid.
Yeah,
But I'm between two and I can't figure out which one.
I like Tom's answer. HTML for sure.
I'm taking the 50-50 split on that.
Okay, everyone's placed their bets. Let's go on to the next. It gets harder though, so I'm a bit sorry. Well, it gets harder because if you don't know it, but I think it's harder because the other languages coming up are a bit trickier.
Well, I think the last one was a language my dad was asked to go back and do. Even though he's in his late 60s, he was often rolled to go back and do it. I guess that's the age you have to be if you want to work with that language. Oh, dear.
Okay, what about
Right,
this
okay.
one?
Oh, okay. Hmm. Again, I'm sure you can do this in more than one of these.
Well,
It might be a slight syntax thing that's the issue.
true, you could probably do this in more than one language, but in one language it's required to do it like this. I suppose the way to look at
Yeah,
it. And Tom,
true.
it's
Yeah,
not HTML.
yeah. Okay, I think that might be giving me the split between which one to go for there.
Okay, glad I could help. Hopefully, I helped everyone else as well. Lee, I haven't used these. I didn't know these. I had to look these up. I didn't
And the good
write
thing is
these and invent them.
we've hopefully patched the back end as well, so you can't cheat anymore either.
Oh, really? Have
We
we?
need. Oh, I forgot the name. What's the chap who found the issue for
Mohammed.
us? Mohammed, that's it. Yeah, he found this little loophole, didn't he, in the back end, which I think we patched around September time, and then we hadn't done a quiz since. So it's always good to fix the problem and then not do a quiz. But so
Yeah.
you shouldn't be able, hopefully, to cheat anymore either.
Okay.
That's probably
Last
why
question.
everyone's got 5 out of 5.
Yeah, that's why you always got 5 out of 5. I was just reading Beck's comment. Okay. Last question.
To be fair, I'm not 100% sure on some of those anyway. Ooh, okay. I've only used two of those languages that are linked, and neither of them I remember seeing anything like that in.
You've used,
So
I'm
I can
guessing, Groovy and Fortran.
eliminate two. Well, I would eliminate Groovy on the basis that Groovy is a form of Java, and you wouldn't do that in Java. So I could probably eliminate that. Fortran I could eliminate because I'm pretty sure I don't remember doing that in Fortran.
Don't give people the
Uh,
answers.
so yeah, we're down to just four now. Hopefully I've taken
Okay.
two out, but maybe one of those I'm wrong about. So I just since I've done them. Okay, I'm going to go with this one.
Okay, let's end the round. Let's see. Come on, everyone. Fingers crossed. Beat Andrew. Beat Andrew. I'm relying on all of you.
Got two. Did I get two?
Let's have a look.
Crunching those
Tom,
numbers.
yes!
Oh, I'm
Yes,
shaking
Tom,
my
you
arm.
beat Andrew by one. I'm so happy. Tom, you've made my
I was on the
day.
end with Erlang in the end because I swapped to Haskell.
It was
Whatever it was.
Erlang, yeah.
I did Erlang and they went, no, it's Haskell. Oh, well.
I
Well
think
done,
everyone
Tom.
did really well, though. I think everyone did really well. That's really good. Right, let me end the quiz. We get the overall results, I think, don't we?
And well done to my wife for actually getting one right. I just know you say that.
Nice.
Good. Look at that, Tom, all over it.
But Andrew and me don't count because we didn't do our own rounds.
Yeah, we weren't expecting too many people on as it was rather ad hoc, but
Do you want to go through
hopefully
and
we'll
give
get.
the answers?
Yeah, let's go back through the answers quickly. I need to reset the database. I don't know, hang on.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, I don't know how to do this.
We'll go around and go through and give all the answers. Anyone new who's joined, you can come and see what quiz we did and the answers that they are. Don't think you could participate that quickly. I can't read that name. What does it say? Milka on YouTube. I have no idea. Good thing I didn't manage to register for the quiz. I'll register for the quiz still. Don't worry. I get all the questions wrong. I even get the questions that I write wrong, as you're probably going to see now. I've got some answers written on the side so I can remember, because I don't know any of those languages. I was just Googling around for languages and putting some examples in.
Here we go. I hope all's well, and thank you for joining. We'll get you set up on the quiz for next time so you can hopefully answer the questions on there too. Is that not reset? I've set them all back. I
So
thought,
let me do a refresh. It should
well,
be
let me
real
just
time.
It might be a keyword I need to use. Let me see.
Let's see, let's run through it. Everyone, while you're watching, by the way, don't forget, we're going to go through the answers now, but don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you get notified next time we go live. And our questions are improving all the time. Mine, not so much. Actually, my questions I was quite proud of this week. I was. Read that reset button.
I know we do need a reset button. Me trying to edit a database is never good.
What could go wrong editing a live database? It's what we all do on a daily basis, right?
It's the way that software gets written these days.
No problem. Well, while you're doing that, I could also bring up the GitHub of Code Mortals, and we can have a quick look at the project. You will need a Firebase account, and we do have some instructions. You know, you can optionally fork the project. What else can we do? Local development. So you go into hosting, do npm install to install the dependencies. You'd have to duplicate the environment TS file. This is written in Angular, and you will need a Firebase account set up as well that you'll need to put in the environment TS file. Put in your copy it to environment.local.ts and put in your Firebase config that it provides for you. How's Andrew doing?
Hopefully, refresh the page because I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks good.
I had to change a few things. I can't remember what I normally did. I did it automatically for everyone, but if people refresh, you should get kicked back to the start now.
Okay, cool.
Cool, right. Okay, can you go through one of yours?
Okay, I've got to remember this. The answer for this one is easy. It's GitHub. Everyone knew the answer to this one. There's only one open source platform that isn't open source. Who owns React? Facebook. Lee's going to try and answer the questions before I give the answers. Don't know how well that's going to work. Who bought StreamYard recently? Andrew, what did you say?
I wrote Twitch because I was thinking, well, streaming, Twitch, they've been spending a bit of money.
Yeah, it was Hopin.
I thought it might be the one I hadn't heard of.
Which is, and Hopin is the one that eSynergy recommended to us. It's a bit like kind of private kind of Twitch that you do. So yeah.
I remember that.
Price of Bitcoin is $40,000 or like 39 or something at the moment.
Yeah, I went 30, unfortunately. I thought it was 32 from the other day. But yeah, it's jumping up fast.
And the last question, it was 1995. Did you get this one right, Andrew?
Oh, I did 97. I was between the two again. It was one of those split ones of 95, 97 at around then.
It was.
I guess I should have the Windows option of Windows 95, right?
It was JavaScript, PHP, Ruby. There's one more. Java. I think there was 5. There's one more that all got released in 1995.
Nice.
Yeah.
The year that software became more complicated, I suppose.
Yeah, and I got all of them right, so I gave everyone the right answers, which is good. Cool.
Right. Okay, let's see if I can work around the pictures we had. Right, the first one was not Hawkheads, Eddie, I'm afraid. It was the Zeroids.
That was my next choice. Like, I was stuck between is Hawkheads and Terror Hawks. I wasn't sure if there was like a link there. That's what I said to you. Is there like a link?
Tricky. And then sparrows obviously are the more sort of modern. We've got my son a sparrow for Christmas, so yeah, it's not sparrows.
I didn't cheat and change my answer.
This one, I think Eddie got this right. I haven't got your answer. I can't see. Yeah, stop motion. Yeah, that's right. So brick film is kind of what things like the Lego movie were done in, was brick film. Time lapse, I'm sure everyone knows what time lapse is, when you kind of set a camera up and just take a frame every 30 seconds or whatever. Still motion is something you might see in horror movies where they do have like one frame at a time, but they jump like 3 or 4 different pictures in a quick
Right.
succession. So
Okay.
stop motion is more actually moving a single thing through frames, one frame at a time, whereas still motion, again, it's one frame at a time, but they tend to jump like 3 or 4 frames into a very short period of time. So things like horror movies are quite popular for that kind of stuff. But yeah, stop motion is the answer there. On this one, it's a detachment, so it's a military term,
Oh.
detachment alpha.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Whilst I'm sure you would love it, the A-Team were cannon fodder, and every TV show they were being blown up. Yeah, there's actually detachment alpha. It's a military term. In this one, you're right. Ziggy was the funny little, what looked like something made out of Lego that he's holding. Probably was made out of Lego, I don't know. Yeah, Ziggy is the answer.
I have to get this one
And on
right.
this, yes, you're right. It is car.
Yes.
Although Kift is probably the car you've seen if you've been watching the more recent stuff. It's the Knight Industries 4000, I think, Kift. Whereas the Knight Rider you see what you see in the picture is the 2000, so KITT for kit.
Got you.
Anyway, yeah, Carl was the evil twin. Right, hopefully I got all those correct. Let's see. Yes, good. Okay, next round. And this one I might have forgotten a few on, so let's see. The wheel was around about 3500 BC, so 3500. Answer C. Technology was first invented apparently 2 million years ago, back in the sort of Stone Age when they were making stone tools to use. That's 2 million years ago we've been making tools and things to make our lives better. And it's taken this long to get around to having computers. I mean, God, what did they do for 2 million years?
And also, if that's the case, 2 million years, how come like Windows just crashes all the time and just when you force it
I
to
know,
do
that's so
updates
much
and all that
time to
rubbish?
figure it out, right? Yeah. The answer here is batteries.
What?
Batteries. One that was it was actually in 1800 the first battery appeared, and more modern batteries were, well, not quite as modern as we have today. Obviously, they're far more efficient. The sort of rechargeable batteries was 1899 the first rechargeable
Oh
battery came
wow.
around.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping you could discount a few of them. Vacuum cleaner, you're right, it was quite close. I think it was like 1904, the vacuum cleaner, so it was pretty close on that one. Um, okay, next one. Uh, this is one of the ones I can't remember the correct answer for. I think it was 30,000 years ago, but it
Wow.
might have been 40. I'm going to go with 30, but it might have been 40. So if I'm wrong on this, it was 40 was the answer. And on this one, I think a few people got this right. 8,000 years ago, the boats were used for travel. Yeah, okay, I got it 4 wrong, so with the slightly older 4,000 on 4. So sorry.
Milka joined. Awesome. Awesome to have you here.
Nice. They're milking
Okay.
now.
Coding round next. Let me see if I can remember these. This one, Andrew, what did you say?
Um, I said bash,
It was Bash. I hope
but I
so.
was unsure. I've got a funny feeling I've used PHP to do this before.
You can't actually no, you can't do this in PHP. You can do it in JavaScript though. Oh no, you can't do echo in JavaScript. I was
I
thinking
do
of
it. I've
the
got a feeling that
dollar.
PHP, but I think you have to do something else as well in PHP to make it work. But yeah, bash was the one I went.
Okay, I just yeah, it's the dollars what gives it away. It makes it a bit harder. Like makes you think of PHP, but then the first one hasn't got a dollar, so I was like, okay, it is
It doesn't
Bash.
have a lot there. Yeah,
Okay, let's have a look at the next one. This one, you got this one right for sure. I know you said move on to the next question straight away.
I might have said this out loud. Yeah, basic.
Basic, yeah, that's correct.
Basic, I think, was actually the main one that most people probably came
Yes,
with
I
on.
did Q Basic at school, and wow, I hated it. Those numbers, just like go to this line and go to this line and just jump all over the place. Oh, what a nightmare.
What was next?
This one, okay, let me just double check my notes to make sure I get this one right.
Oh, I was stuck between C and C++. I went with C++ in the end because I couldn't quite think of where in C the double colon played out.
Yes, that you are correct. That's the yeah, because this is very much C, but then you're
Yeah,
right.
the
This
double
part
colon
is C++.
was really good there. Yeah, so C++, cool.
Nice. What about this one?
So I was between a couple here, but when you said that, yeah, there's a particular thing that makes it that you have to do in this language, I thought, well, it's got to be closure then. I just wasn't because I assume you can still put the brackets in there for the other on the others. I think it wouldn't have a problem with the brackets, but closure you have to put it there, or it
Yeah,
wouldn't work. Full stop. So yeah,
good call. I wouldn't have got this one right if I didn't know it. That's really good. What about
yeah.
this
And this one,
one?
I was stuck right between the two. I went Haskell in the end. I ticked Erlang, then went, oh no, it might be Haskell. So I changed to Haskell, and then yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately I got it wrong. But it's Erlang, wasn't it? Yeah.
it is Erlang. So hopefully I should have 5 out of 5. And I do, which is awesome. Okay, cool. I gave everyone the right answers, which is good. Awesome. So we're kind of, finishing, early-ish on time, which is good. So you're like, oh, we're only halfway through and we've finished the rounds, but by the time we go through all the answers and all the rest, so
Yeah, we can squeeze a couple more questions in, I think, to try and round it off. Because we started about 10 past. So we'll try and squeeze a couple more in next week.
and we need to remove
But,
us off the leaderboard because we don't count.
no, we don't, but I'm sure people like having a laugh at us when we completely get everything wrong. So.
Yeah, but because we always get our rounds right because we're giving the answers, so that's why it's a bit unfair to say we're at
We're
the
taking us
top.
off when you're looking at these results now that we've filled everything out. Absolutely. No, Tom did well. Well done,
It's
Tom.
Tom's first. Nice one.
Lee's annoyed that he didn't join at the start, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Milker as well. Good that you managed to get in. Hopefully you enjoyed just laughing at us on YouTube anyway.
Exactly. Right, it is almost 10 o'clock. I think I'm going to get some dinner soon. I can hear Andrew's kids working hard in the background. They're obviously doing his washing and his ironing and cleaning the house and stuff.
Throwing into bed, I think, is what they need.
But let's wish everyone a happy weekend and
Happy New Year as well, right? We're in
happy New
2021
Year.
now. Not much has changed. We're still locked down and stuck at home in the UK, but hey, welcome to 2021.
Yeah, it's the same as 2020.
Groundhog Day, I think, is what someone.
Yeah, that's so true. Should watch that. And thanks, Lee, for getting my stuff from Tesco's.
Yeah, we'll be back next week, I'm sure. Same time, maybe with a couple more questions, make it last a little bit longer, but not too much.
Do you know how hard it is to come up with questions? I'm going to crowdsource my questions. So if anyone here is from
So
my
I thought
community,
doing 5 is much easier. 5 per round. I think once I get to about 8, I start to go, oh, now we'll actually start thinking. But up to 5, you can come up with 5 quite quickly.
I get stuck at 5.
Yeah, okay.
So 5 was good.
Well, we do a couple more rounds then.
I'm gonna crowdsource my questions though, I think.
Cool.
Definitely. All right, everyone, have a great weekend, and we will see you hopefully next Friday. If Andrew's not late and forgets and doesn't turn up as usual.
As long as work's as busy as it was this week, I'll be fine.
Cool. Everyone, have a great weekend. Bye.
Good night.